This is my disc destroyer. It's a mean little machine with one job, testing grinding discs. With so many grinding discs and countless reviews, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. This is where the disc destroyer comes in. It cuts through the noise, delivering real results. No bias, no sponsorships, just cold hard tests. Grinding discs can face a lot of real-world challenges, like high and low pressures, hot and cold materials, and of course, fast and slow speeds. This machine tests it all, so that we can finally find the truth in the reviews. Today I am testing the Bauer fiber disc, coming in at $1.20. It has a bunch of reviews, and most of them lean positive. Like these ones, saying its price and quality are unbeatable, and even mentioning how long it lasts. Or this one saying it'll grind like blazes. But how good can a $1.20 disc actually be? Especially with others saying that it breaks quickly. We're gonna have to test these discs to find out. Let me break this down for you. Each disc will be grinding this test bar to see how much it can remove within 20 minutes time. This will chart out its story and tell us exactly how this disc behaves based on how much material it removes at any given point. But if the disc stops effectively grinding the bar, or just straight up disintegrates, the test is over. Let's begin. You know the phrase, let the grinder do the work? Well, a grinder is about 4 pounds, so I started off with that exact weight on my rig to let the grinder do the work. When the test started, the disc removed material at a slow and steady rate. But only a minute and a half into the test, I noticed this material removal slowed dramatically. Just before the 2-minute mark, I had to stop the test only after it had ground away about an inch. These results had me wondering, why are there so many good reviews? There must be a better answer, so I decided to test a real-world scenario, grinding on a hot weld. To do this, I preheated the first couple inches of a test bar. This will simulate the disc's contact with a hot weld, and so the test started. I was hopeful this was going to break in the disc, but just like the room temperature test bar, it performed nearly the exact same. These discs stopped removing material because they were glazing. The media was becoming soft and glossy and lost all of its ability to cut. So I'm going to change a test variable to try to get better results. So I added more pressure and doubled the weight from 4 pounds of resistance to 8. And when I ran the test again with the room temperature test bar, the results appeared to be the same as the lighter pressure 4-pound test. But after a minute and a half, it kept going. It seemed like this was working, but I couldn't help but notice the distortion to the backing pad all this pressure was causing. Then, just after 2 minutes, it failed completely. I was pushing its limit to try to get a good result, but I pushed it too hard and caused it to catch fire. After quickly putting it out, I called this test quits, and this was after it removed about 3 inches. All that was left was to test a simulated hot weld at this pressure, and see if that would give this disc a hot start and prevent total meltdown. So I added the heat, and the disc started cutting at the same rate as the previous test, but instead, when it surpassed the 2-minute mark, it didn't compromise itself, so I let it keep going. But this victory was short-lived. This disc started smoking and quickly was headed toward the same fate as the last test, and I didn't want to push it too far, like I did the other test. I had to end it. This disc was able to remove about 5 inches of material in this test, but none of these discs were able to perform much longer than a couple minutes. So what can we take away from this? Well, this disc is $1.20, so it seems that these reviewers felt they were getting their money's worth based on these rather short performances. Except for this guy, who is fully aware of how fast these discs break, regardless if you use high or low pressures. If you'd like to see the data I've collected for this disc, as well as the other discs in these tests, I've posted them at the Fireball forum, linked in the description. I'm gonna keep posting more and more of these test videos, so stay tuned to find the truth in the reviews. And if you're wondering why I built the rig the way I did, how it works, and what it's all about, I have a video that goes into great detail that you should check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.